Hello students, welcome to the E-Content Development Center, Department of Media and Communication, Central University of Tamil Nadu. Myself Prajitam. Today we are going to study about the broadcasting policies and the committees in India. So let me introduce my teammates. There are 4 members. One is Preeti, Samyukta, Solepriya and Harini. So we are moving to the next slide and we will show how much policies and how much media committees are there in India. So this overview, the broadcasting policies and committees play a vital role in shaping the media landscape in India. In our country, the broadcasting is one of the primary mechanism for communicating. In our country, broadcasting is one of the primary mechanism for communicating the knowledge and the information to the public at the large. Most of the committees headed and established after the independence of India. There are 6 television committees with different chairmanship to this. All committees this was initiated by the government of India. The fundamental rights to the freedom of expression and may only be restricted within the terms of Article 1902, that is reasonable, and restrictions on the 19(a). So we will moving to the next slide, and now there will be, you can see the how much policies and how much television committees are there. So first one is the broadcasting policies. There are policies, social policy, role of communication policy, objectives of communication policy. And the next one is committees, Press Law Inquiry Committee, Expert Committee, Chanda Committee, Kuldeep Nayar Committee, and Varghese Committee, and the last one is Dr. P.C. Joshi Committee. So we are moving firstly to the policies. Policy, you may all know about the policy. The policy is a set of principles, rules and guidelines in the track to probe. The policy is a set of principles, rules and the guidelines that helps in the tracking the problems which may be faced by the society or in a particular person in a society. So let me explain once more. What is policy? Policy is a set of principles, rules and the guidelines that helps to track the problems which may be faced by the society or a person in a particular society. So just moving to the next slide, what is social policy? Social policy is concerned with the ways societies across the world meet the human needs for security, education, work, health and well-being, and the social policy addresses how the state and the society respond to the global challenges of the social, democratic and economic change, and also it includes the poverty. So we discuss about the social policy. What is social policy? Social policy is the concern with the social ways society across the world meet human needs for the security, education, work, health and well-being. Social policy address how the state and the society respond to the global challenges and the social, democratic and economic change, and also it includes the poverty. And next one is the social policy. Social policy helps to frame and implementation of an action, programs to solve the social programs. Communication policy is formulated in the response to the challenges of a new communication technology, and the complex dynamic process involves these different kinds of inputs. They are scientific knowledge from the theoretical and the empirical research, and social wisdom expressed by the philosophers, scholars and the learners, and engaged with the different areas of social activities. Valid options are expressed by the public in this policy. So we are moving to the role of communication policy. There are 2 communication policies in India. One is the communication policy and next one is sectoral social policy. Next, we are moving to the objectives of communication policy. To safeguard the free and the open flow of the information world over. and to ensure the public access to varied points of view. Let me explain once more. To safeguard the free and the open flow of information over the world, to ensure the public access to varied points of view. And the next point is, deployed nations communication policies eliminated vestiges of the colonial dependency. Deployed nations communication policies is eliminated vestiges of the colonial dependency. Area of communication policies developing countries in the implementations of variable alternative to the one way of flow of information into the source. So let me explain once more. Objectives of communication policy: to safeguard the free and the open flow of information over the world, to ensure the public access to the varied points of the view. Deployed nations communication policies eliminate vestiges of the colonial dependency. Area of communication policies developing countries is the implementations of variable alternates to the one flow of the information into the source. So we discussed about the policies and different types of policies and objectives of policy. Now we are moving to the committees in India. So the first one committee, this is very, very famous. After this, the Indian media has a structure of this media field. So first one is the Press Law Inquiry Committee, and it was established by 1947, and the chairmanship was held by retired Justice R.G.S. Rajadai. This committee was appointed by the Government of India on 1952 September 23, and this report was submitted to the Government of India to 1954. And now we discuss what the outcome and what the report is pointing out. So the passing of Press Act amending Article 1902 by adding various restrictions. I will explain once more. The passing of Press Act amending Article 1902 by adding various restrictions. And the next one is the formation of Press Council. You know all about the Press Council. This formation of Press Council was initiated in this committee. And next one is Code of Ethics, and the next one is minimum wage for working journalists. And also this report shows the growth of small newspaper inquiry committee on the development of small scale newspaper industry under the chairmanship of P.R. Divakar. And this committee was being held in 1956 under this major committee. So let me explain once more. The Press Law Inquiry Committee, the chairmanship was held by retired Justice R.G.S. Rajadai, and the Government of India appointed this committee at 1952 September 23, and this committee report was being submitted to Government of India at 1954. And the outcome and what the committee is pointing out is the passing of Press Act amending Article 1902 by adding various restrictions, and the formation of Press Council, Code of Ethics, minimum wage for working journalists, and the growth of small scale newspaper industries. And that's all for this committee. Let me explain once more. The Press Law Inquiry Committee, the chairmanship was retired Justice R.G.S. Rajadai, and it was appointed by 1952 by the Government of India, and it's submitted by 1954. And the outcome was the passing of Press Act amending Article 1902 by adding various restrictions, and the formation of Press Council, Code of Ethics, minimum wage for working journalists, growth of small scale newspaper industry. And next we are going to move the Chanda Committee. The chairmanship was held by the A.K. Chanda, and it was appointed by the Government of India and it was appointed by the Government of India at 1864, and the committee was submitted the report at 1966. And now we are looking the outcome of this committee. The main outcome: the liberation of radio and television from the rigid government controls to separate them into corporates. So Chanda committee, and the leadership or the chairmanship was held by the A.K. Chanda, and it appointed by the government of India at 1864, and it submitted the report at 1966. What's the outcome? The outcome is the liberation of radio and television from the rigid government controls and separate them into corporates. And by this report, Akashvani and the Doordarshan separated in 1976, and they were formed into two main categories and under the Prasar Bharati Corporation, the ministry. Next, we are moving to the Kuldeep Nayar committee. The Kuldeep Nayar committee, the chairmanship was held by the Kuldeep Nayar, and it is appointed in March 1977 by the government of India. And the outcome, let us discuss about the outcome: to examine the structure of Samachar news agencies, and the committee recommend the independence of the 4 news agencies as they were before the emergency period. So Kuldeep Nayar committee, the chairmanship was held by the Kuldeep Nayar, and it was appointed at March 1977 by the government of India, and the outcome: to examine the structure of Samachar news agencies, and the committee recommended the independence of 4 news agencies as they were before the emergency period. So let me discuss once again the Kuldeep Nayar committee. The chairmanship was Kuldeep Nayar. The chairmanship was held by the Kuldeep Nayar, and it was appointed at 1977 March, and the outcome, the interesting fact is the outcome. So outcome is to examine the structure of the Samachar news agencies, and the committee also recommended the independence of the 4 news agencies as they were before the emergency period. So let us moving to the next committee, and next committee is the Varghese committee, and this committee was appointed by the government of India at 1977. The chairmanship was held by the B.G. Varghese, and the outcome is the formation of Agar Prasar Bharati on the national broadcasting, on the national broadcasting twist of the birth. And also this committee submitted the report at 1984. So let me discuss once again this Varghese committee, and it was appointed at 1977 under the chairmanship of B.J. Varghese, and the outcome is the formation of Prasar Bharati Corporation on the national broadcasting, and this report gives the birth of national broadcasting as named as Prasar Bharati, and this report is submitted at 1984. Next, we are going to move to the next committee, Dr. P.C. Joshi committee. The chairmanship was held by the Dr. P.C. Joshi, and it's appointed at 1984 by the government of India, and it submitted the report at 1985. And the outcome is the main interesting fact in this committee. The outcome is the planning, the quality and the diverse effect of the programs in Doordarshan. So the quality and the improvements of programs in Doordarshan, that was the main theme and the main outcome of this report, this Dr. P.C. Joshi committee. Let's discuss once again. Dr. P.C. Joshi committee, the chairmanship was held by the Dr. P.C. Joshi, and it's appointed by the government of India at 1984, and it was submitted the report at 1985. And the outcome, what the report shows or what the report's pointing out, is the planning of the quality and the diverse effect on the programs of the Doordarshan. So we discussed about the 6 committees and the social policy and the social policies, what is social policy and the social policy and its objectives and everything. So let me conclude. This is the media, this is the E-Content Development Center under the Department of Media and Communication, powered by the Central University of Tamil Nadu. Myself, Prajitam, concluding my lecture notes. Thank you.